And a very, 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 very good crack of the morning to you all. Cyclone with another fishing completed DIY project. And I haven't done one since I broke down the pieces to the freshwater crate. And boy, guys, wait till you see when this thing is complete. I had to start from scratch. So everything you saw in all those breakdown parts, pretty much non-existent. I mean, the tubes are still going to be the same, and the crate itself is still the same, but no more Comatex board. I'm going with MDF, but that's a whole other story. I'm going to start that project up again later this week. So what did I finish this week? Well, finally, Cyclone has come back to DIY projects. My freshwater bump board. And this one was something that had to be done. For the saltwater fishing, I have my one piece made out of acrylic thanks to Tap Plastics. This one, using some ingenious stuff that I saw other people doing. But let's just show it to you, and then I'll break down what I did and the situations with this project, if you will. Here you go. In my beautiful spray painted satin gloss red, white, and blue colors, with of course some of my stickers on there just for quick design. Here is the header with my new "Follow me on CYCIEprodz," and the flip side stickers, all, by the way, really sticking really good onto the wood, which by the way is 5.5 by 3/4 by originally 8 feet pine. I decided I could have used oak, I could have used any other type. I just decided for this one to go with pine. Financially it was a smarter move. Pine's a lot cheaper, but that's neither here nor there. So here we go. This obviously full size, let me pull all the way back, is for anything larger than 19 inches, of course, as you can see. 19 inches is the end, which, by the way, I hope I have to open up a bunch of times, but for smaller ones, and here is why the hinges are there, which, by the way, are stainless steel 1-inch hinges. Let me pull back and show you. Ta-da! Folds over on itself, and now I have a 19 1/4 inch bump board for the smaller fishes. Now really quickly, by the way, this came out fantastic, but there's only 2 issues on this one. I did one before this to try to make this, and the backside board, which is this right here, I actually put by mistake on the bottom side, which would mean I would have to put the fish over the bump board and measure everything backwards, which would, here in the States, here in America, we do things from left to right, not Israel, where we go from right to left. But that's neither here nor there. What I did actually, just to show you real fast, is you can see the screws, 2 on that side, and there are 3 on this side. Drilled pilot holes in the pine. Oak's on my mind now, because I'm gonna have some oak milk later. Anyways, drill some pilot holes into the pine, put the wood screws in, put tight bond glue around the edge, glued down, screwed in, and it's on. It's not, these are not going anywhere. But here are for the problems, and there's just two quick ones. Problem number one, these screws that came with the hinges, not sure why, but they were just not going into, and yes, I made pilot holes first. They were not, they just weren't going into the wood. I don't know why. So thank God I have 1,000,001 sizes of screws laying around. Grab number 8. These are 1/2 inch steel screws, and put them in, and boom, thank God these fit, because otherwise I'm not really sure how I would do. But here's problem number one. When I go to close the board up, which is how I will be traveling with it closed, let's go down a little bit. As you can see, it's not exactly flat. It is popped up. Now, before you guys say that the hinges aren't out further enough where they're causing that, take a look at the backside. These hinges are done correctly. Okay? They absolutely are done correctly. Didn't realize it until after I folded, and then I looked in between the pieces like this. The Phillip heads on these screws don't go flush to the hinges. So the heads on this side, the heads on this side, give it a little bit of an angle. C'est la vie. There's nothing I could have done. I'm not going to sand the heads of the screws, because that will just lead to, I don't know, all types of disaster, I think. And the other problem is, now after I spray painted it, I put the stickers on. The stickers are completely on tight. They are on solid everywhere, except this corner right here. Not sure why. It can't be because of the white spray paint, because here is white, here is white, and it's all stuck on. So I'm not really sure. Maybe the stickiness on the sticker itself just isn't good. I don't know. But what I'm going to do later is, for my favorite company, I'm going to mix a little bit of kwikweld, which, by the way, I don't even use Crazy Glue or Loctite anymore, or Gorilla Glue. I go right to the baddest guys on the planet, kwikweld. These epoxies, they have them for every possible thing that you need bonded. Going to do some kwikweld a little bit later. So those are the only two problems. Then after the stickers were on, yesterday I did 3 coats of krylon hardwood lacquer to make it. It's not exactly silky smooth of a touch, but it is smoother than the wood. And yes, by the way, I sanded the wood first. So, and for that I used 1000 grit 3M sandpaper. I could have used like 220 or 320. The 1000 grit was closer. to me when I was sanding it, so that's what I grabbed. But yeah, hopefully there will be a bunch of tight lines and measuring out larger fish this way, and a couple of smallies on this side. And by the way, just to let you guys know, that if you don't know, the only reason why there's a 1.5 inch gap right here is because if the wood, if I had it the same size as the bottom, when trying to close it, it would hit the headboard. So top side has to be smaller. I went with 1.5 inches just to be on the safe side. Nothing I catch is going to be 1.5 inches or smaller, so I don't have to worry about it. And if I do catch something 1.5 inches and smaller, well, I don't even have to measure it at that point. But until next time, CYCIEprodz, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, like, follow, share. Please, I need to get the likes up. I need to get the follows up. And what else? As I'm about to get stung by a bee. Next fishing video. Next DIY project. I am redoing the crate. Like I said, I've gone from the Comatex foam board to an MDF board. I'm going to start that later this week. I'm going to finish it up, hopefully within 2 weeks. Show that to you. And that is where this bad boy is going to sit. So until then, guys, like I always say, like, follow, share CYCIEprodz across all social media except for Twitter, because I've been off of Twitter. But until next time, bye-bye.